For thousands of years, the Ilthari, the most ancient, revered, and mysterious species in the galaxy, had explored, shaped, and guided younger civilizations. Their crystalline minds remembered the birth of suns and the deaths of empires. They had terraformed moons with a gesture and translated black hole radiation into symphonies. Yet, for all their power, wisdom, and technological might, they had never once entered orbit around Earth. It wasn't that they couldn't. The Ilthari had crossed quasars and breached dark matter clouds. Their ships sang in 12 dimensions. But when they reached Sol System, they'd always stop just beyond the Kuiper Belt and turn back. And they never explained why. The rest of the Galactic Council, composed of warlike Turoks, calculating Brel, and noble Arctivans, dismissed it as superstition. Humans are primitive, they scoffed. Their planet is a mudball. Why bother? But the Ilthari's silence had weight. These were beings who had stood beside dying gods. And if they were afraid, it meant something was terribly wrong. The mystery persisted for decades until Commander Reza Iqbal, a veteran diplomat of Earth's Interstellar Corps, was invited to the Grand Council Summit on Thraltos Prime. Reza stood tall in the chamber, a single human surrounded by delegates with tentacles, wings, and liquid metal forms. "Let me ask you this," he said, calmly but firmly. "Why do the Ilthari avoid us?" Murmurs rose. A Brel delegate clicked its beak. "You are irrelevant," it snapped. "The Ilthari avoid anomalies, not threats." Reza smiled. "Then let me extend Earth's invitation. Let the Ilthari come. See for themselves what we are." The council laughed. But when the message was transmitted, the Ilthari responded. And for the first time in galactic history, their answer was not silence. It was a warning. "We do not approach Earth. We do not observe Earth. And we do not speak of Earth. For the sake of the stars, let humanity remain unknown." The chamber fell into stunned quiet. "But why?" Reza whispered. The Ilthari simply closed the transmission. Curiosity turned to obsession. Unmanned probes were launched. Long-range scans lit up. But none returned with answers. What was Earth hiding? Had humans unlocked something even they didn't understand? In secret, a Turok fleet entered Sol orbit to investigate. Their ships vanished in 13 seconds. Then, a week later, fragments of their dreadnoughts arrived, orbiting backward in time. Even the Brel began to panic. Earth, the Arctavan High Elder declared, must be quarantined. But it was already too late. Humanity had launched Project Veilbreaker. Within weeks, human ships appeared in council space. Unlike others, they didn't shimmer or pulse. They were silent, black monoliths, moving in perfect formation. No radiation, no propulsion trail, just eerie stillness. When hailed, they replied with a single sentence. "Humanity has decided to walk forward." Reza returned, this time not as a diplomat, but as Earth's prime delegate. Behind him stood the Ghostwalkers, elite operatives who hadn't existed on paper even back on Earth. "I asked you once why the Ilthari feared us," Reza said, voice cold. "But I think I understand now." He looked around the chamber. They saw what we could become. They saw that we weren't evolving like others. We were adapting. Not in millennia. Not in centuries. In decades. In years. Council members shifted nervously. "We reverse-engineered warp drives in one generation. We made AI sentient, then shut it down because it was too limited. We taught quantum particles to disobey their own laws. And then we stopped talking." His eyes narrowed. "We stopped talking because we realized we were the only ones not afraid of the dark." The Ilthari sent one final message. "You were warned. Now the galaxy will remember why we feared Earth." And with that, they vanished, every ship, every planet, every station. As if the universe itself erased their presence. In their place, Earth's ships advanced. But they didn't conquer. They didn't threaten. They simply watched. And slowly, the galaxy realized something even more terrifying than war. Humanity didn't want to rule. They wanted to understand. And that made them unstoppable.